Just past 11 p.m. on a Friday night, and I'm here to build my second Lego Animal Crossing set. So this is Kapp'n's Island Boat Tour. It has my favorite villager Marshall in it, and Marshall is still one of the residents in my save of Animal Crossing. So can't wait to open this up and build this set. So this is a smaller set compared to the Nook's Cranny, but of course I don't expect it takes too much time given how small it is. Um, the previous set, the Nook Screening, was a very good set. As a fan of the game, is absolutely great, and can't wait to build this one. So this is an island. So if you have been playing the game, so basically you go to the beach. There's a pier where you can hop on to Captain's boat, and he will send you to an island. Nothing sinister, just a regular island, which you're going to meet some villager and collect some of the plants or bugs, or have a has some fishing there. Anyway, can't wait to build this. So that one is relatively small again with like excellent minifigure. I might move the parts closer to me, because if I put it too far off me, right, it will not capture within what's that, the frame of the camera. Anyway, there's excellent minifigures, although this minifigure kind of limited within the Animal Crossing settings because of the toss. I mean, you could exchange or change the hands, but given this is dual molded with a short sleeve, even you change to the yellow hands, it's still not going to be useful. So he has his shell. So if you're not aware, this is not any kind of animal. It's a mythical creature from the Japanese folklore. So it's a kappa. That's why his name is Kapp'n. And we're gonna build the boats, and of course, these boats are gonna float. But I'm not going to test it out. It's like, things. If it's having water and things, like it's easily to have some mold grade on it. So try not to do it. Anyway, let's continue to build the sets. So because it's a boat, right, so I'm not expecting anything that is complex. But yeah, the Nook's Cranny was a very nice surprise. Of course, I'm I'm going to be a little bit biased because I love the game, and having a severe interest in these characters. So despite the build relatively simple, because it's just again target audience, right? So it's not targeting complex build. Right? If it's something really complex or targeting um, an older age group, then should go for Lego icons or Lego techniques. But yeah, having a boat, never build a boat with like so many stuff inside. Usually, this kind of boat, you just got some of the equipment and maybe one or two seats. That's it. But of course, Kapp'n is different because when you ride his boat, he's gonna sing, and most of the time when I play the game, I just skip that song because I mean it's not a bad song, but when you're playing the game and you don't have the spare time, you try to get to the island and complete your mission. So that song is quite long. So I'm not sure if you've been playing Animal Crossing and you're one of the person that's skipping Captain song, to comment in the comment section below. We can have a chat about it, or maybe you want to tell me that hey, his songs is very nice. I should not have skipped. I mean, I listened to it a few times, but after a few times, then I want to just carry on with the game rather than continue to listen to the song. Actually, this is really cool. So this is the engine, the way that it's constructed. I really like it. This is some nice supplies from such a small set, and it has the detail of the propeller as well. This is really cool, to be honest. Despite being a small boat, there's some very interesting details. Can't wait to build the other Animal Crossing set. So I bought the whole wave, but from different shops, just try to get the or maximize the discount I can get, right? Otherwise, without discount, it will roughly cost you 200 to 300 New Zealand dollars. But having discount actually significantly lower than paying the full wave or full price. So Isabel's visit, um, the second biggest set with the house and the key character Isabel. That one I actually ordered from Lego.com just to hit the threshold of the micro space launcher that hasn't arrived yet. Because Lego.com wouldn't send out anything before the official release date, so I'm waiting for that to arrive. And then the other two small set just arrived this morning. So I'm gonna build those two. Probably not tomorrow. It's quite late tonight. So even though this set is a little bit smaller compared to the Nook's Cranny that I have built, I will probably not able to film the review and have all the editing done tonight because it's quite late and I don't want to just spend the whole evening or until the morning to make videos and stuff. I do need some rest as well. So hope my plan is to finish building today and then make the review video tomorrow. So I'm not planning to build anything tomorrow. Yeah, but the other small set I do have something to think about. Or anyway, before I continue the conversation, is another printed KK's record cover. I think Lego should definitely um, pursue with the idea on having like a collectible minifigure series with different KK record cover. Anyway, back to my thoughts on the other two sets. So because they're really small sets, if I just film this, well, because those are really small, first the review is going to be very short. So I was just wondering, like, should I build it individually or have those two sets built together in one single video? I haven't decided yet. I think I will decide tomorrow. Actually, the boat is finished. So I quite like, the boat like got some very nice detail in it. But funny enough, it has some accessory for Kapp'n. So you got the swimming goggles, or that you can, put on top of his head, which kind of doesn't look as good anyway. So probably I will just leave them there, not putting it on because the minifigure itself looks really nice. And his boat is done. So we're moving on to building the island, which is spec number 2, and has my favorite villager, Marshall. I mean, obviously there's like what 400 something villagers in the game, and plus some NPC non-playable characters, right? There's no way that Lego will release every single character. So my hope is if there's a second wave or they continue to do this in the next few years, hopefully they release sets that have villagers that I have, because if you have the villager in your game, and because if you have playing the game for like few hundred hours, it's very unlikely that you're gonna switch out the villager. So there's some emotional attachment to those characters. So yeah, that's hopefully um, they release the characters that I like, and I think that's just my thoughts or opinion on how Lego gonna decide what character. I think for the main characters or some of the non-playable characters like Tom, Luke, or Isabel, they might appear again in future sets, but a different variant. But I think in terms of the villager, that would be I think, oh well, probably this theme is a unique Lego theme, which any future sets they might pursue with different villages in different sets, so you might not get a repeat of the villager. And this is really cool as a new tale of a squirrel. I'm not sure they gonna use this part for some other characters in future theme, or but they probably introduce this for this theme. This Marshall is a squirrel, and we got a new squirrel tail. This is brilliant. I didn't pay attention on the product images so when it first announced, nor I have watched any details. Again, as I mentioned in some of the early videos, I try to build a set with spoiler free, um, so that I get the maximum surprise when I start building it, right? And you get to see some of the genuine reaction as well. That's the whole point, right? Otherwise, if you know everything about the set, yeah, you're still gonna enjoy the complexity of the Lego build, but you're gonna lose some of the surprises. Like you open up the bag even before you building it, and it's like, whoa, like this really happened. But this is a really cool minifigure, and this is non-bendable leg because a squirrel is a smaller size villager, so they have to use the smaller legs, and I think it's perfect. The only disadvantages or the bad thing about this is, you can't sit on any seat, or because of the bed, or not the bed, but the legs are not bendable. Anyway, we start building the island. I think by building the Nook's Cranny set first, a lot of surprise might have already been taken away. But this set is, I think it's still good because you're not building any houses. I think I will have less impact um, building the Isabel's visit set because that's another house. Although it's a different looking house, I'm pretty sure the overall structure is going to be very similar to Rosie's house. So I do need to lower my expectation a little bit for that particular set. But this one, um, again, you're building an island, and as I mentioned in my review for the set that I just built, I think the whole um, I guess customization, the idea of that kind of execute really well compared to because they're using similar plates for the Super Mario sets, but I think with this one, it's all to do with I guess the game image as well, the scale and the type of game. So having the ability to just connect different plates and make your own island, that is a good concept and execute very well. So yeah, if any of these sets on clearance, I probably want to get a few extras so to make a big island, and then which means I'm gonna get some duplicates of the minifigure, which either I can sell it or just use the torso, right? But will depends on how my budget looks like. Is while being financially irresponsible most of the time with this type of hobby, but there's a line that I have yet crossed. Maybe I should cross the line, but I don't think I would, because otherwise I would be, I'm already under lots of stress from my current financial situation, so really it's not the time buying Lego sets. But hey, doesn't matter. And whoa, this is another surprise. I never know this element could clip onto this little clip here. So this is something new, um, and it works pretty well. Um, yeah, that's pretty crazy to be honest. And this is the coconut tree. Um, yeah, it's actually pretty cool. The net never realized that you can actually do this. that that's the thing with building new sets, and often ways or building techniques that you're gonna be surprised, no matter whether it's a create the expert set, whether it's a technique set, whether it's a even sometimes junior have something quite interesting. But of course, I shouldn't be comment too much on Lego Technics because I only bought one Lego Technic set uh, from all my Lego collection, which is the Porsche 911. That was a really really great build, um, and I'm glad that I bought that. Um, it's also interesting the way, because all the other trees they kind of use brick rather than the foliage pieces, just to create the shape of the trees in the game. So this is a coconut tree. It looks slightly different. I think the other ones looks kind of better. It's the, the texture just a little bit not so. How should I put it? Anyway, I think I just messed up talking about the texture. I think it looks fine. This, and I only realized today is that the background image of all the box art is actually what you see in the game. So looking at the palm tree, I think yeah, it looks okay, looks fine. But the other trees looks a little bit better. I wonder how they're gonna create the bamboo, because in the game there are bamboos as well. But actually, it looks fine. Looks pretty good, to be honest. I think it can be just a little bit taller. I think. That's it. And then the beach, so kind of create some of the waves and water. How do I put this in? Okay. Sometimes with small set like this, it's because it's new, so need to figure out how things are put together. It's not as easy, because it's small and it's not going to take much time. But anyway, okay. So there's another one of the smaller set is bunny campsite. So basically, there are parts here that you can probably combine with this to make a island that kind of resembles what you see in the game. Uh, so we'll try. I think I have the idea is once I build everything from this wave, and might just do a video of me creating my own island from everything. And I've got a few Super Mario sets, which means I have some additional plates to connect to the whole island. So yeah, this is pretty cool. Always wish Super Mario. I mean, it's fun, but you know, compared to this, everyone actually wants a Super Mario minifigures. Um, we'll see what's gonna happen. I mean, it's an interesting ways, but even though the idea of Super Mario set is to you know kind of interact, or is it interact the right words? Maybe not. Anyway, having the app, so you kind of playing the actual game, but it's kind of limited, right? So it may be better to just have like the Sonic set or like the Animal Crossing set, just able to build the Mario structure and just let the minifigure hop around. But well, we'll see what happens before the license agreement expire. Given that the Lego Mario theme is not the best selling one, everywhere, at least in New Zealand, right? Everywhere is like at some point, except for Mario, Luigi, and Princess, but all the other expansion set, often you get 60% off. That's how many stock left in most of the retailers. So you know, regardless of how it sells in other regions, definitely I can tell you that in New Zealand it's not selling well, given you know lots of shops need to make it like 60% off, and still not many people buy. I think it's just the base price is pretty high for overall for that theme. That's why I'm surprised that the whole Animal Crossing theme, um, the overall pricing is very reasonable. Like no no joke, it's definitely like much more reasonable compared to lots of recent themes. And because Easter is coming soon, so there will be quite a few sales coming soon as well. I can't wait to see like what kind of sales that we're gonna get. And it's a really nice, cozy beach here. It's funny enough, there's too many figures. I doubt Kapp'n will lay down and relax. In the game, he usually just stick with his boat. And what? Okay, what? What? Sometimes it's hard to figure out the positioning of the deal, just because the angle of the instruction. Anyway, of course they're gonna give you generic fish. Lego's not going to make a unique fish mold for the different type of fish. But if you have bought other sets that featuring marines animal, then you might get a few variation. Like example, in the game you can fish out great white sharks, and if you have the great white sharks, of course you can create the scene of the villager fishing out great white sharks. And I think I just made a mistake, is it? Yes, I think I did. It's like one way they tells you, hey, you need to put these pieces together like this, and the next thing you know, they kind of switch the angle and orientation. It's like, what? Anyway, yeah, I'm having lots of struggles with Lego instruction lately. But I think this is gonna be really cool. Like I'm able to take a picture for Instagram of a villager fishing out a great white shark. I think it's gonna be really cool. So before I done this, and if you've been watching video, don't steal my idea. And then we do some waves. It's quite abstract, some of the thing. But I think it's fine. I think still look pretty cool. Ah, mistake. Anyway, because it's a small set, it doesn't come with any brick separator. The funny thing is, I have a huge bag of brick separator. Like given how many Lego sets that I have, right? Never use it much though. But sometimes I do need it, and when I need it, there isn't anyone around. This always happen like this, and we have one part of the island done and looks brilliant, and then we start building some of the land, and wonder what's gonna be here. Got some leaves. What are the set that I want to see in this stream? There's a lot, to be honest, but definitely the closed stone, maybe Red's boat, so the guy selling fake art. It will be interesting on how Lego create those fake arts. So I can't wait to see that happen. And yeah, we have part of the island done, and then we're moving on to bag number 3, and that's the fish supposed to be still swimming in the sea, so nothing attached to it. So I think it's going to be loose parts. And how do you connect to this? I don't know. Okay, bag number 2. Yeah, it's a quick build, and I like the fact that it's small and quick. Like while I enjoy building like modular buildings and big Lego sets, sometimes um, you know, because of other commitments, you just don't have the time to continuously to build that through like 8 or 10 hours. So you have to split across multiple days. I mean that's fine, but the problem is when you have limited space or you're already running out of space to display Lego set, sometimes it's hard to find place to put something work in progress. It's a lot easier to have something complete to move around. Um, but that's just me. And then seems like we're gonna continue to build onto this rather than having individual parts separate. Then you customize it. But we'll see, because in the previous set, throughout the instruction, they from time to time they kind of show you the some of the possibility of customizations. So we'll see what happens. And then we're building a the uh, second and the third level, or first and the second level. Really depends on where you start counting. But in the game, even your own island have a few level of heights, levitation. I don't know. I need to figure out the exact vocab for those situations. But basically, it's a hill and there are 3 level of it. So this one go to the second level. A lot of things, like if you have been playing the game, it just enhance the excitement or enjoyment of this, well, this theme in general, a lot, I would say. Is it kind of art like when you're building it's like, oh yeah, 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 I've seen this in the game, or this kind of, you know um recreate certain situation in the game so well. So even a small set or the build is not particularly complex. There are lots of nice surprises if you been enjoy the game. And if you haven't tried the game, I do recommend you try it out, because before New Horizon, I have not played any the Animal Crossing game, and I think maybe the COVID lockdown kind of played a part. But even now, I still enjoy the game. I think it's a pretty cool game, and I think I have checked in this morning. Yeah, yeah. So I still check into the game daily, but sometimes other thing I do forget, and then some other thing I have to start from zero again. And this is pretty nice to create a hill, and the structure just because in the game is, even though it has round edges, right, and because it's kind of like the old style simulated game where you got a grid to represent the map, right? So it's still, even though it's 3D graphics, it's still kind of under the same abstract concept, which make this like you know represent what you see in the game so well. I think that's why it works way better than Super Mario. I did bought one of the Sonic set. If you have been following some of my posts, the the Sonic, the one of the Sonic head set, the biggest one with the loop, like one of the retailers is doing like what 40% off, but because I've got other discount as well, as like 50% off for me. Um, and I actually quite interested to try the play mechanism, but I haven't got a chance to view that yet. If the timing, I was not able to get the Animal Crossing set early. Probably that was the next build. But because got new sets, of course, we'll focus on the new things first. Just because new set usually, although I don't try that hard on growing my YouTube channel, but I do want to achieve certain goals. not about making money. So it's kind of important for me to actually get the traffic that I want. Um, so yeah, if I got like new set that I bought quite early or earlier than release date, usually typically, because there's not many of the videos on YouTube yet, so it's easier for people to discover my stuff. And if you've been enjoying my videos, and sharing my video would help a lot. Uh, I think, is it a new piece? I don't think. Might be new because maybe because I haven't buy lots of Super Mario sets, or maybe it's not new. I just haven't figured it out yet. So what am I putting? I think it's on top, and it's the rock, right? Um, let's see how it goes. It's actually pretty cool the way that it create the rock. So in a game, if you say rock, you can hit it with an axe or shuffle. It will, bring out some rocks, clay or iron or gold, and sometimes money as well. And we've got another bell here. So this one is with money on. This is pretty cool. This is basically, underneath the rock it has money. So this is another cool features to recreate some of the thing you can do in game, because they could have just put the rock there. They don't have to hide the money inside. So it's just some extra mile that they went to hold some reference in the game. So pretty sure the the team behind it is actually a fan of the game, because if you don't like the properties that you're trying to, whether it's Lego set, whether it's making a different adaptation of the material, but you really need to like it or understand why people love those properties, uh, to create something good. Because if people don't love it, the creator don't play the game at all. So even they don't have to love it, but they have to understand the purpose of the game, right? Then you get something, the fan of the IP will not appreciate. Probably some, people will appreciate the Lego set itself, but even that, it's having a license. It's not just about the Lego set. It's really targeting, a group of people that enjoying the properties as well. It's the same with like TV adaptation of certain things. Um, if the creating team, or the team that creating, what's that, creating the, whether it's TV series or movies that doesn't know the source material well, like you're gonna get a really bad movie. Maybe if you take out um, the thing they try to adapt from, maybe a very good movie or maybe good TV series, but you just can't go too far, or you know I think if you don't love the original thing that you base on, and you create something, even though it's good, you just lose the whole spirit of it. The reason why certain things kind of become popular, it's not because, you know it's not just because it's good, because there's something that people that love, and if you don't understand the material, you might taken away the stuff that people loved. And even though you might create something really good, um, the majority of the fans will not appreciate it. But so far, the Lego Animal Crossing theme, I think, has done a really good job. Um, yes, I really love, you know, the Nook's Cranny, and even its set so far. It's just a nice surprise. The thing that underneath the rock, the way that it kind of put together. I mean, this way it kind of, each, because it's round edges, so like each plate you do get, a gap between the plates, and also like limit what you can do on some of the edges, but it's kind of same within the game. So apart from the gap between the plates, it's pretty much perfect. It's there's nothing that they can do right. Because well, they can, but it makes it like not makes it harder for the target play group to have different part kind of break down and rearrange easily. Because they can always use, and it will make things more expensive. Um, if you have proper plates and then have the technic pieces and using technic pieces and those ones that connect, sometimes it's quite hard to pull apart. If you're an adult, then that's fine. But if you um, a little kid, right, then you might not have the strength to pull that part. And this is a really nice the standard. This is another good reference from the game. Is the if you go to an island and they have a very simple DIY um, table, which is just a tree trunk, and this is done brilliantly. This is good, really. Can't wait to build the other set. So join everything together. Yeah, so far lots of cool things. I mean, the other option like Lego could create a brand new element, but they will have to have lots of variants. Um, yeah, so I'm okay with some of the gaps between, and if you really want it, you can just upgrade to your own style, but featuring like some of the features in the set. So it's really up to you. So there's so much possibilities in this set. So like we're building another coconut tree, and of course, I already built it, so less surprise, but it's still pretty cool to be honest. Um, yeah, I think maybe they could have done this at the same step, but it's still so far apart. Um, but it's okay. I don't feel that I'm repeating myself again because it's quite spread apart, so that's okay. And then we'll build the leaves, right? Okay, we're nearly done because I think I've been talking a lot more. That's why I talk a little bit longer. That that's the thing, right? Because if you got a set that you really appreciate, or that kind of captures uh, the properties that they base on so well, and naturally you have a lot more to talk about. Hence, you know, most of my focus kind of put into the conversation rather than hey try to get this build very quickly. And unfortunately, the light went out. Is it because the battery of the power bank is gone? Let me just try again. Yep, I think I need to recharge my power bank, but that's fine. I think the light is okay. So we're about finished. Um, I mean, it's pretty bright here. It's not like a disaster. I should have checked um, the how much power left in the power bank before I have my thing set up. It's always this kind of things always happening, but what can I do about it, right? Because I'm not a professional um, video or or creating like content professionally. So I have limited equipment, and as you know, if I have money, I usually prioritize in buying these things. So it's very unlikely that I will have to spend money to invest in better equipment. Uh, but I did, buy the the wireless mic, because otherwise it's quite destructive. Like the first video of me doing build like this, you might notice, hey, the head piece, the cable and stuff kind of limit the shooting angle and my movement as well. It was quite frustrating, and yeah, now it's kind of really relaxed, try to do things because you know I think because my movements are no longer restricted, so it makes it a lot more easier and relaxing. So sometimes, if you want to make content, even not in a professional sense, you still want to make yourself comfortable because it has overall like much more positive impact on you. And when you're feeling positive, the quality of your work also increase as well. That's why it's important that while you're working, and you need to find workplace that doesn't give you too much stress. Stress is part of the job, but like more like you don't feel negative or find toxic, right? Because it will have an impact on your productivity. Even you have the skills and experience, but if the environment is not good, then you're not able to, you know, deliver what you're capable of. So that is quite important. Sometimes it's not just about how good you are, but also whether you are happy at your workplace. That play an important part on making things happen. So I think we nearly done, and we just got the final part. Just another coastal area. It's a really small island, but I think you can easily expand it to be quite large. I think. Yeah, it's actually quite good idea to be honest. Like you don't have dedicated like a room, or even you have a house, you have a room that put your stuff, but you don't really have the space or the resource to have a huge lake city layout, and maybe you're not even into like making your own creations, right? Or not, you just want something to display your minifigure nicely. It's actually quite a good idea to be honest. It's like me, like I have lots of minifigures, but most of them also kind of in a storage of some form. Hence, if I want to display it just standing, it's quite boring. Right? But if you got plates like this and able to get some terrain or corresponding theme next to it, then it will make it way nicer. And I'm surprised the hermit crab makes another appearance. So this hermit crab was introduced in collectible minifigure series. I don't think it appeared in any other set, so I think it's the second time that I see the hermit crab in a proper set. So that means, yeah, it's not a licensed piece. You might have to buy lots of this when it becomes available on Pick a Break. So that's a good thing. And then we just have finished the Kapp'n's Island boat tour. So here, like, they give you several suggestions on what you can do because it's pretty cool. I probably prefer this option. It makes the island looks high. Well, maybe not. The picture looks like it massive because of the palm, or not the palm, coconut trees. But yeah, and this how it looks like when it's fully completed. So yeah, and uh, and the polybag is available from Lego.com right now, but I don't have anything or don't have the budget to. Because I already got all the other set, and even when I want to buy extra set, it's sold out online already. But yeah, um, unfortunately, I just have to wait for the Lego certified store to have the polybag or buy it with a premium later. Otherwise, I just don't have the budget to spend. I think $90 is fine, but in order for me to qualify for free shipping, it would take like I have to hit $200, which is a lot. Anyway, I'm very happy with the end result because of the minifigure, but the island itself is very refreshing, different to what I built in the Nook's Cranny. And all the other thoughts I'm gonna summarize and go through again in the in-depth look. So if you're interested, stay tuned, subscribe so you don't miss that review video, which probably come out tomorrow. But anyway, for tonight, it's time for me to sign off and take some rest. And I'll see you next time.